Hello and welcome to the channel. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has fired back at Tinubu's running mate Shettima, who accused the PDP man of not doing enough to warrant contesting for the presidential election. The former Borno state governor said Atiku did not do 8 projects in its place, having served for 8 years as vice president. He said he didn't empower up to 8 persons either, and that the Waziri Adamawa was a narcissist who cared only about himself. But Atiku, through one of his fiercest spokesperson, Dino Melaye, pointed to himself as among countless of people that the PDP helmsman had helped. Let's delve into the world of slander, mudslinging and outright lies, as is usually the case with these campaigns. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Atiku's campaign replies Shettima lists people he supported when he was vice president. A spokesperson of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Presidential Campaign Council, Dino Melaye, has dismissed claims by the vice presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress (APC), Shettima, that Atiku Abubakar did not support people while he served as the vice president of Nigeria. Atiku, who is from Adamawa State, was Nigeria's vice president between 1999 to 2007 under the Olusegun Obasanjo administration. On Tuesday, Mr. Shettima in Yobe State said the northeast region of the country should not vote for the People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate because the former vice president neglected the region when he was in office. Vote for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC instead of wasting your votes on someone who does not care about you and the entire region. You cannot vote for someone that did 8 years as vice president without doing 8 projects in his place. You cannot vote for someone that did 8 years as vice president without empowering 8 people. Atiku does not empower people. He only cares about his business interest. Even the road to his village, Ganye, was constructed by the APC-led government of Muhammadu Buhari, Mr. Shettima said. Responding to Mr. Shettima on Wednesday, during a campaign rally in Jigawa State, Mr. Melaye said Mr. Shettima's claims were baseless lies against the PDP presidential candidate. Mr. Melaye said there are more than 8 people across the country that Atiku supported who became successful politicians in the country. According to him, Atiku supported the former governor of Adamawa State, Boni Haruna, a former governor of Taraba State, Jolly Nyame, a former Minister of Women Affairs, Jumai Al-Hassan, a former pioneer chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC), Nuhu Ribadu, and the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai. Others are Garba Shehu, a media aide to President Muhammadu Buhari, a former governor of Gombe State, Danjuma Goje, a former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), and the governor of Anambra State, Charles Soludo, and a former Minister of Finance, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, a former Minister of Power, Bartholomew Nanji, and a former Deputy Speaker for the House of Representatives, Emeka Ehedioha. Mr. Melaye said he is among the politicians Atiku supported and became what they are today. He also mentioned lawmaker Ben Obi and Usman Bugaji, among others. In his remarks, meanwhile, at the campaign rally, Atiku promised to set aside $10 billion for empowerment programs to support women and youth groups across the country. He also promised to reopen Nigeria's borders from all angles to make life easy for the citizens and facilitate the free flow of trading between neighboring countries. I will support farming and business because they are the main activities of the people of Jigawa State. Therefore, I will open the borders to enable trade to be conducted across Nigeria and Niger Republic. I will handle the resolve once and for all the incessant problem strike by lecturers of the Nigerian universities, Atiku said. He said Jigawa has about 350,000 unused hectares of arable land, which he would help residents to utilize for farming. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Meanwhile, the elated former Jigawa governor Sule Lamido greeted the huge crowd that turned out for the rally. He described the youth as his sons and daughters and prayed for their future endeavors. Mr. Lamido called on the gathering to vote for Atiku, assuring that he will fulfill all the promises he made. Meanwhile, with barely 12 days to the presidential polls, the Director of Strategic Communications of the People's Democratic Party Campaign Council, Chief Dele Momodu, has predicted victory for the PDP candidate, Atiku Abubakar. He said this in a document titled How Atiku Abubakar Will Become the Next President of Nigeria, made available to journalists in Abuja. He noted with amusement the outcome of many polls about the forthcoming presidential election on February 25, 2023, which seemed to predict otherwise. According to him, most of these polls, which he noted were largely elitist, have failed monumentally due to the over-reliance on technology in a largely illiterate population. Momodu said, I have decided to help situate the forecast based on the established political history of Nigeria and empirical data. A presidential candidate cannot depend totally on votes from outside its home base to win this election. It is a fact of history that whenever the South produced two strong candidates, the dominant Northern candidate won, such as in 1979 and 1983, Obafemi Awolowo and Nnamdi Azikiwe versus Shehu Shagari. Bola Tinubu is far weaker today in the Southwest, and Awolowo was by far more formidable, while Obi is the new Azikiwe, the first Governor General and President of Nigeria in the Southeast, and Kwankwanso is the current Aminu Kano. Atiku Abubakar will dominate the Northeast, Northwest, North Central, and South-South. Tinubu may pick a few states in the North and Southwest, but won't have enough to win. The bridges required to cross to victory have taken Atiku 30 years to build. Tinubu has not been able to lock down the entire Southwest, not to talk of the whole of Nigeria. Over-reliance on bribing the electorate will fail. Hoping to rig brazenly will also fail spectacularly. I repeat, the entire North and the South-South will make Atiku the next president. Atiku will still be competitive in the Southeast and Southwest. Wherever Obi is number one in the East, Atiku will be number two. Wherever Tinubu is number one in the Southwest, Atiku will be number two, or vice versa. Atiku will be the first to cross the line of recording 25% in 24 states. He will get 25% automatically in the 19 states of northern regions and will pick 6 in South-South automatically. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.